to the Gary Brodsky Show with your host, Gary Brodsky. Just setting up here. Oh, a lot of views tonight, that's good. One moment. Yes, good evening. Okay, got a lot of stuff to report. Glad you're here. Glad I'm here. I wasn't here last week. Yes, blackout. If it rains, blackout. It's okay. Different way of living in the dark. And what you're going to talk about tonight is this new wimp culture. It's not new, but it's accelerating at a point where I don't even believe it. That's got to be pretty fucking bad for that. Okay, this one's having a little problem here. Okay. Where do I start? Well, I can start with this. You know that voice that men have now today? It's like, me. Yeah, I'm tired of imitating it. Tired of it. I keep doing it, but that doesn't mean I'm not tired of it. Well, I get calls day and night, and I mean it. I only have one phone. Keep it in the office. I'm gone. No phone, nothing. But as soon as I plug it in, it's ringing, and it's people, men and women from all over the world reporting in that guys don't speak like guys anymore. Which is to go without saying, they don't act like guys anymore. And you don't need any verification on that. All you got to do is look around. You'll see it all over the place. Guys don't sit like men anymore, don't talk like men, don't fight like men, don't argue like men, and don't even fuck up like men. Why? Brainwashing, social media, you name it. They got you. They got you going and coming and up and down and sideways. And you know, a lot of guys say, oh, women act stuck up, and they act this, they act that. They act the way you want them to act. If you go to GaryBrodsky.com and get something that's fucking useful. Okay? Just mention that. But guys are afraid. I have this Manson audio. Oh, it's like, I don't want to know what he knows. Only the best pickup artist in the last 100 years. Bar none. Because we're afraid of really knowing practical knowledge and applying it in a world that is totally impractical. Okay? I'll take from anybody who works. You know, it's just the way men used to be. It's like, yeah, the guy's a scumbag, a dick, whatever, but his stuff works. Let me see what he knows. Instead of this politically correct, no, I don't know, that's not really right, type of shit that I get to hear on the phone from men, and the women sound more like men, more on the ball than men these days. Tragic, yeah. Disgraceful, yeah. But reality, nonetheless. I mean, you know my stories. Some of them funny. I'll be funny soon, but not right now, not at this moment. You know, just women always have the same complaints. Married, with boyfriends, oh, he's such a wimp, he's such a jerk off. You know, I get that from almost every woman I speak to. Oh, this guy I'm with, yeah. Oh, he's such an asshole. He's such a wimp, he's such a jerk off, he's such a pussy, he's such a fag. They say it. I'm just repeating what I hear. Just repeating what I hear. And really, heaven help us, because that's how women see most men. So today, and yesterday too, but I wasn't here. Where was I? I was at the one on man. Women see most men as that guy. You have to be bigger, bolder, braver, and better, just to overcome the preconceived notion that you're one of these wimped out, sissy, immature, teenage acting guys. And that's what GaryBrodsky.com, which you should be at now buying shit, right? Because I get lawyer problems from saying the stuff I say, which means I'm hitting articles of truth. I'm going to go into more truth about that. in a few seconds. But if you want to give me questions while on the show, it's easy. Email me at GaryBrodsky123 at AOL.com. It bounces off some satellite in space, comes down here. They track where I'm at anyway, so who gives a fuck? And I'll answer the questions. And let's check if there's any questions yet. Jumping right into the show with questions, if there are any. If there's not, I'll just keep going. Wow, there are questions. But didn't make them buzz. Guess I gotta check this out tomorrow, huh? Hey, how you doing, Chris? All right? Hi, Chris. Yeah. Good evening, Dr. Brodsky. Good evening, Chris. I missed you last week. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't be on last week. Nonetheless, where I am, it's fucking snowing. Oh well, it's winter. It does that. It's called global warming, right? How to say that? I drove some friends around today, just hanging out. I was approached by another driver having to comment about me driving fast for the conditions. Oh, that brings up a lot of stuff, Chris. Thank you. I was asked, you must have all-wheel drive. I responded, no, I have a dick. Oh, that's a good one. I got to just do that just for that. I got to say that to somebody. Of course, I said that to get a reaction. But the real reason is men should not have fear, certainly not of the elements. Chris, that is great. And something you said here. Yeah. And that is, this used to apply to the police. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Anything you say to your neighbors or your friends, you got to be really careful these days. They can and will use it against you. I am the only person who has like a million things done to them, copyright stolen, people have their names on my book, they're dancing around, my pictures in the back, their names in the front. I cannot get a lawyer to work for me. People want to sue me for stuff I never even thought about, they get a lawyer. The guy doesn't stop. So, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. It's a blessing I can't get along with lawyers. But, yeah, anything you do, somebody is going to stand around. Believe me, I know, because I like smoking. I love smoking. And no matter where I'm smoking, somebody's going to come up and say, oh my God, do you realize what you're doing to your body? Now if it's a girl, say, hey, I know what I can do to yours. And that works sometimes. And the reason a lot of women watch this show is because I smoke. And it's like, wow, this guy's a real rebel. He lights a cigarette. It's just that anything you do now comes under question and fire. When I say men are not acting like men, I mean it. Can you imagine in 1966, just pick the year at random. Year at random. Black and white movie, guy lights a cigarette like Humphrey Bogart. Oh, you're smoking it. That's what today would be like. That's why when I watch old movies, which I tend to watch black and whites only, to see what would happen if it was politically correct back then. Just how fucked up, nothing would ever happen. Can you see The Godfather? Send Marzini a text. I mean, I don't text. I mean, people text me all sorts of shit. I don't read it. I'm really sorry. I don't read texts. Okay? People are trying to do business by texting. People cannot talk. Now, if you call somebody up, and I do it, I still use this phone. This is my phone. This is my real phone. It's real. People get upset and panic like there's some emergency. Why'd you call me up? Huh? Why didn't you text me first and tell me you were calling? We need a fucking warning. But that's how wimped out this culture is getting. Just really, really incredibly sad. Okay. Lonnie, good evening. How are you? Okay, I got the updates coming on Tuesday, and they're all good. So thank you. And thank you for the nice things you say, Lonnie. Your patience, understanding, a man above most other men. I know, I can say that. Another one, Jason, as well as Chris. Hey, Gary, Jason here. I knew it, because it says Jason on top. That's how I know. When you make, okay. Doesn't matter how you write it, it works. Just make sure it's in script. I am like obsessed with two things: soda and cigarettes. The rest is all ancillary to me. But seriously, I've been getting calls, and you know, I don't care. I'll hear them all about the voices that men have today, the actions, the way they sit, the way they stand, the way they speak, the way they don't even know how to ask for a date. In fact, dating is dead. Dead. I still go to restaurants to look to see if there's any dates. No dates. I walk through the park to see if anybody's walking around holding hands. Nope. I've gone to the beach a few times this summer. Girls here, guys here, girls here, guys here. No, the masculinity has been beaten out of most men. And what the real tragic part is, guys are waiting for like a letter in the mail or a public announcement saying it's okay to be men today. Oh, no, it's okay right now. I'll tell you right now, here's your broadcast. It's okay to be men right now. And men, the most valuable thing you could get is knowledge about anything. I'm not just going to say, oh, GaryBrodsky.com. Anywhere there is knowledge. But people are happy today, very happy, to be morons. It's becoming a very lonely world for me because most people I know are fucking idiots. I don't tell them to their face, but they're like the same fucking thing over and over again, the same complaints. I said, don't complain, do something about it. That's how they sound. Moronically wimped out dumb men. And right now, if you're not one of those guys and you want women, all you got to do is just not be those guys. Pretty simple, huh? Time for some more soda. I got a whole bunch cooling outside. I'll go later tonight. Soda party, okay? So some music and some soda and some questions. Get your questions in now. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. And let us begin. Checking for mail. This is a new one. It goes fast. No mail. Okay, found. Tells you what the story is right away. This is like too big, so I don't carry it. It's weird on my head now. Hey, look, I'm from the future. Okay, forget that. So this is what the future has in store for us, because it's the present too as well. Yes, we have become drones. Drones, you know, you see all my posts on Facebook, put all my newsletters up on there. So join my Facebook if you're not a member or a friend. I take anybody. You see a mix on there, you wouldn't believe. Because I do believe in freedom. Which today makes me like some horrible guy or whatever. But there's something happening that really is pissing me off. And I'm going to keep thinking about it until I say it. They're arresting good, decent, true Christian men for feeding the homeless. I don't even know how to react to that. I'm surprised everybody's not up in arms about it. And yeah, what can one man do about it? I've done a shitload of newsletters. I have been thrown over TV. I have been in a lot of, you know, lawyers calling you with this voice. You shouldn't be saying that. Fuck you. Okay, there's your answer. Okay, fuck you to those lawyers. Making as much problem as possible for anybody who will interfere with somebody carrying out this is now a crime to feed the starving people in this country. Well, I can say, first of all, we shouldn't have starving people in this country, but the fact that we do, and feeding them has become a crime, we are not human anymore. We are not of God anymore if we're going to do that. And true men are of God. And that's what all I got to say. Because every atheist I know has this voice. You have to believe in God. I look at them and go, maybe you're right, because you're so fucked up I don't think God would create you. All right? All right, I'm just getting out of hand here. Ah, Dr. Alpha, Dr. A, how you doing? All right. Just don't know why I did that. There's a big story here. I don't think I can read all this, but I'll read it. I'll try anyway. I'll condense it. Dr. Alpha here, how you doing? Doing good. Thank you. Good. He answers and asks. Easy to read this one. I'm sure I heard this before, but I just love telling the story. I was at a club dancing with this hot brunette, Natasha. Sounds nice already. After dancing with her for a bit, she asked me to buy her a drink. I took a page from you. I told her, sure. Just sit here and keep looking sexy for me. Oh, that's a great one, isn't it? I went to the bar, got her a glass of champagne and myself a soda. A soda? Oh, that's bad for you. I like the story. It's good already. I continued talking to her, and I sipped my soda. Sure enough, Captain Jerkoff goes up to me and says, "Oh, great. You got it too, huh? Soda's bad for you." He went on about diabetes, obesity, blah, blah, and blah. I wanted to take Natasha home, so I took every fiber of my being not to slug him. My right hand was baled in a fist and shaking. I had to grab it to stop myself from hitting the schmuck. Then it occurred to me that he was bragging about his new Armani suit. I asked him to tell me more when I was done. I said, no more soda, Dr. Alpha. Nope, I'm done. How can I thank you? Wait, I know. I grabbed my soda and dumped it down his crotch. Someone yelled, Captain Pretentious, and I went in his pants, and then said, hey, look everyone, it's Captain Pee-wee Pants, Pee-pee Pants. He was Captain Pee-pee Pants until he left, which is about 5 minutes later. That's great. Actually, I learned that from my brother. My brother is insane, okay? Somebody was bothered in a bar. They picked the drink. I was going to throw a drink in my face? He goes, no. Threw it in his crotch. Didn't matter. The guy looked like he peed in his pants. They had a fight. They separated him. He goes, this guy peed. Great stopper. But isn't it really almost upsetting that you can't even be normal? Which I was talking about before, without some guy coming up and telling you, oh, you shouldn't drink soda, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I had all this shit before. I'm one step from... I never had been to a doctor, so for all I know, God knows what the fuck I have. Nor do I care. Diabetes, and here I'm going to get, scrimonas, and they make all sorts of shit. And I watch my EPA count, and, I watch my testosterone count. It's fucking good, okay? That's the answer. It's fucking good because I believe it's good, and it's going to stay good. And, yeah, it's just, they tell me, oh, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. I tell you, something? If I don't drink soda, I'm going to die anyway. Some new mythical way. You can live forever. Do not drink soda. Thank you. Makes me want more. I heard soda's going to give you a big stomach. Yeah, mine is huge. It's going to make your arms smaller. Yeah? Not today. Okay? Fuck this. This is how men look, okay? They don't look like me, but just not. If you don't have a skinny fat mentality, you're not going to become skinny fat. I was working out with some guy, big fucking guy. He's drinking, he's got a McDonald's takeout bag, he's got 4 sodas lined up. That was important, but it was important, now it's not. And I said to him, I hear all the shit because I eat the same food you do. You're a great shape. He goes, if you work out hard enough, it just burns it right into the muscle. He's right. There's other guys who work out, and these diet rules, this and that. They're skinny, this fucking this. This is their arm, here. This is the arms of these guys, right here. I use this for this, because, he got arms this big, he can't reach. It's actually true. All right. Checking for mail. Update right now. No new questions. But a lot of listeners. So questions, Gary Brodsky, 123 at AOL.com. And let's plug some product too. Not from me, but from you. And I used to have to do this. Oh, I did it. Hope it's right up. Got my backup right here. Well, you better pick up one quick because there's a new rule coming out, which is called street harassment. They have a whole bunch of other names for it, which means if you go over and talk to a stranger now, they want to make that a crime. They want to separate men from women. They're doing a damn good job up until now. It's going to even get better. You got to be alpha. You got to go through that. You can't follow every fucking rule that's out there. You got to be a rebel. Women love rebels, and you'll love yourself too. And you got to love yourself more than you love a woman. That's just a fact. Now I'm going to check the mail. Nothing? Oh, people go, oh, you got the iPhone 6. I don't give a fuck. I like the other one better, but it didn't work. As you guys remember. There's a lot of women out there. I want to hear from you. But the wimpy guys today, you could just see them. And it's almost to laugh to a point. And then you realize these guys are lawyers, doctors, and they're part of the system. And they're not going to make a system that's very pleasant for the regular, normal guys to live in. There's no reason why you can't have 1, 2, 3, 4 women in your house. If you don't have the knowledge, GaryBrodsky.com. I have a sale going on right now. And, will somebody buy something? So, yeah, because I want to go out tomorrow and do something. Yeah. Just being funny here. I'm in a very strange mood. I don't know what it is. Good, bad, I don't know. But, just trying to get the facts out. But, you know, it just really bothers me how anybody who believes in God is persecuted, men who believe that a man should be with a woman is persecuted. Righteous people are persecuted all over the place. Guys who want to drink soda, smoke cigarettes, smoke a cigar, have a good time, they're persecuted. Guys who are on drugs, they're victims. They need rehab. It's really fucked up the way society has told us to view things. Well, I go by what I think is right, and you should go by what you think is right. And I think it's wrong. I'm not getting enough questions here. Okay, last time, Gary Brodsky, 123 at AOL.com. Now, I want to bring up a question about concealed carry. If you don't have a license, apply. Not hard to get in most states. New York City is hard, Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, they'll give you one. And Chicago's impossible. And, you know, there's a whole talk about, you know, magazine capacity, all that stuff. First of all, I don't think there should be any rules against any gun in the world. It's in the Constitution, Second Amendment. But guys carry some of them, I know. 14 clips on them, you know, with a 20-shot magazine. That's like, what are you getting over a gunfight here? It's for personal protection. Easy, light, simple carry. So to mention that. Always carry something. Mace. A guy with a pointed stick is less likely to get mugged, knocked out, gamed, or anything else. A guy who knows how to walk right, which I would show you, but they don't only cut me off there. You know, you gotta walk, swing around a little bit, look kind of tough. What? You talking to me? You know, that kind of shit, that works. You walk around looking like a victim, you are going to get fucking mugged. It's crazy out there. Ah. All right. Feminism is stupid. No shit, but thank you. Next thing you know, it's going to be illegal to help a woman in distress. I think it is illegal already, I'm not sure. Sad but true. I read your post earlier today. Oh, thank you. It's really a sad state of affairs how divorce laws work, and myself, like any other actual man, should be really pissed off right now. Thank God you are. This madness must end. Us as men need to cure ourselves, I like that, of the Stockholm Syndrome of sympathizing with these feminazi idiots and the politicians that sympathize just so they will get votes. That is absolutely true. This whole feminism thing is a plot to separate men from women. That's all it is. It's a population plot depopulation plot done by the few pedophile, satanic morons that run this planet. And compliance is assistance. It means you're the ally. This guy does not comply. I do not comply. So many people are complying with the satanic agenda of no masculinity, no gender roles, no nothing. You know, they're doing it in schools, you know, talking about all sorts of stuff. You know, I don't try to get shit for this, but they're teaching gay education in schools. It's just, no one is standing up. Very few people I know and people I know close to are standing up for it. And believe it or not, they do make a big difference. But acceptance and compliance is the worst thing. It's not going to go away. Joe, how are you? Good evening. This guy always has something good to say. Which version of the Bible is most accurate? I like the King James version. There have been many versions and mistranslations over the centuries, including entire chapters which have been omitted. Also, you're familiar with the book of Eurasia? If so, what is your point of view on that? Well, without getting into that, any version of the Bible or connection with God beats atheism. I don't know where or how this whole atheist culture has just sprung up out of nowhere. But now, actually, atheism has become the new state religion. And I don't have to tell you this. Just go to your history books, look it up. Atheism comes in. Guess what else comes in after that? The mass murder of anybody who has a brain, which is not going to be that too many people. That's going to be a lot. They plan to kill a lot of people, but they got to get their agenda in first. And atheism is one of their agendas. This one now, like new one. I don't give a shit. And now, you know, it's affecting men more than women. You have much more men atheists than women atheists. I don't know why, just the way it is. It's like, oh, you still believe in that bullshit? And then you have a conflict, you know, you're like, yeah, it's wrong to do this, but maybe I can get forgiveness. You know, I thought of that one. Don't. Because if you hit somebody's face, not like years ago with the schoolyard fight and, you know, break it up, get the fuck out of here. No, you'll be sitting in court for the rest of your life, lose every penny you have, and probably do some jail. So, you know, they want in England. It's now illegal to defend yourself, which means it's coming here. I just gotta get a little coffee here. Okay. Wow, a lot of people here. Keep up the good work. I'll help spread the word. Hey, Lonnie, thank you. David, how are you? Good evening. Okay, I will sign you up and definitely get back to you. Brent, long time. You have been absent from the games. Okay, good evening. It's good to see you again, actually. Gary, I've been dating women, but with no action in the bedroom. I'm not interested in playing games to see if I can pass their tests. I'm alone in my mom's place, virtually alone. Sorry about that, about your mother. What can I suggest? Go out, and I have to say this, with confidence. Confidence is the biggest aphrodisiac out there. You got to go out with confidence. You got to change your mindset. Any position, including myself, and I'm in some fucked up positions sometimes, I caused it. I'll take responsibility. Step one, you got to take responsibility for your life. Something isn't working out right. Not what are they doing wrong, what am I doing wrong? Okay? I'm probably not being confident enough. I'm not walking the right way. You know, even the slightest dip in posture makes a big difference. Work on your posture. Work on relaxing. Work on making bold statements. People react to bold statements. If you're going to say something that the other guy is going to say, did you have a nice day today? It's nice. But they've heard it a million times that day. Whoa, you look so fucking hot. With that kind of thing, sound like Al Pacino for a second, it's going to get a reaction. You got to be bigger than life. Because everybody is looking the same. As I was saying earlier, they assume every guy is a wimp, jerk-off, schmuck. Like they mostly are. Weak, cannot make a decision, cannot even speak without going. That's how guys talk today. With that voice too, which I'm not going to do right now. But if you make a bold statement like, you're hot, I'm taking you out. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear boyfriend. I don't want to hear this. We're going. She'll go. So all I'm saying is build up the confidence in yourself. And then they'll want to be with you. All women want one thing, confident man. Doesn't mean a rich man. Doesn't mean anything else but a confident man. And that's why you see these like drug addicts and stuff with girlfriends. Why? They're confident. They don't give a shit what the girl thinks. You may be thinking too much, what does she think? And think about her tests? Fuck the tests. I don't even take them. How do you beat the woman's tests? There's so many audio programs on that. And my thing is, you don't take them. You know, it's like some girls on the phone, and you don't need to eat your morning. Click, goodbye, again. I don't need this shit. As soon as you get in an uncomfortable position with a woman, you walk, hang up. You don't need to hear that shit. Guys will stay there and take it. And especially, the worst of all possible sins is let them change you. Because once they change you, they have contempt for you. The Second Amendment. This is important. Because it keeps all other amendments in check. In case somebody forgot, the very text on the Second Amendment implicitly recognizes the pre-existence of the right and declares only that it shall not be infringed. I like that. As far as not being allowed to defend yourself in Britain, a wise man named Alex Jones said, 1776 will commence again if you try to take away our Second Amendment. Do I make myself clear? Peers, don't do it. Okay. I love that one. I have to finish this whole thing. It does. This thing doesn't stay bright very long. Okay, I'm back. It doesn't matter how many lemons you see out there on the streets begging for you to take them. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? Well, do you, punk? That's I like the last one. You know, if you think of the old movies, you just brought up Dirty Harry, the Rifleman, Gunsmoke, Combat. Now look at the movies. It's embarrassing. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I've written about this. At age 12, I got a 22 caliber rifle. So did all my friends. They're all dead. Only kidding. Nobody even thought of shooting each other. Sparrows are fucking dying left, right, and center. But that's what kids do. It's the hunter instinct. Now, you even have a gun, and your kid's parents, your kid's friends' parents find out about it. Oh, you can't hang out with him. He may go crazy and decide to kill you all. That is an instilled mentality. And talking about an instilled mentality, I got a lot of new mind control stuff up there that I'm getting a lot of flack for. So if you don't get the GaryBrodsky.com and get it now, it might not be there. So I'm just mentioning that. So as you know, the Second Amendment shall not. These are God-given rights, okay? This is what happens with the elimination of God. The God-given right. And, you know, I'm not being funny. The Dick Act of 1910 Look it up and send it to me. It's called the Dick Act, and I know that should be something else. The Dick Act actually of 1910 says that there can be no law ever that will ever take away anybody's right to keep and bear arms. And it doesn't mean guns like this, all right? It means arms. But gun rights are very important because Hitler took the guns, Stalin took the guns, Mao took the guns, Hugo Chavez took the guns, Fidel Castro took the guns. What happens? Mao said it the best. Political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. And I also encourage martial arts or boxing, anything. Because if you don't have a gun, you don't always have to have one with you. People are used to victim mentality. Muggers look for the weak. It's a predatory instinct. Even a tiger will look for the weakest one and go for it. If you stand tall, so you'll hear men talk about, remember, if you had fathers like mine, stand tall. My father had a French accent, but he said it the same way. Stand tall. They don't mug you. I've been mugged a few times. Sometimes they got some money off me. Sometimes they had to call EMT. That's how it works. I learned one trick when I was younger. With a real martial arts school, I'm still doing dental work from them. Somebody goes to mug you, you put your hand in your pocket, they quickly flick a backhand right in their face, and then they'll, bam, just keep going at them. That works. I've done it. Yes, we have everything in stock. Thank God, as of now. By Tuesday, I can't answer. I don't know what people are going to run in and what people are going to buy. They usually buy in the morning. I don't know why. At night, almost nothing. But I have a lot of this going on now. People don't answer their phone anymore. Hi, you've reached the voicemail. Hi, you reached the voicemail. Hi, you reached the voicemail. Now, with me, I know if I'm not here, you're going to reach the voicemail. But these are people who are only have switched from talking to texting. Now, I know texting exists. It's going to exist. It will exist for a long time. Why? The safer it is, the more they're trying to pull you into it. Well, it's safer to text. In fact, I think texting is stupid because I can have Chris write his text to me and I can just send them over. But talking, you can use your voice, and your voice is power. People don't do that anymore. People cannot stand verbal conversation now. But if you're the guy who calls up a girl, and actually is a guy who's willing to talk, you're already a rebel, you've broken the rules. Hey, why are you calling me up? To talk. Very simple. You don't have to explain yourself. That's obviously why you're calling. Oh, they're so unused to it. Already you've made a big statement. Let me just text him. He should text me back. And they sit there like this, morons, looking at their phone. Enough of that. Okay, enough. But if you're going to text, do it right. The texting game at GaryBrodsky.com on sale right now. Wow, here comes a lot of questions. Good for you guys. Derek, good evening. And you write big so I can read it. Do you ever break eye contact first with a woman if she is not attractive? If she is not attractive, okay. I saw a woman at Target that looked like a scarecrow. I didn't want her to think I was interested, so I broke eye contact with her first. She wasn't my type. Do you break eye contact with women in these situations or still hold it because it's more alpha? Well, she looked like a scarecrow. I think you did the right thing. I can just imagine. Okay, I can't read your mind, but yeah, you don't want to deal with them. Don't have eye contact with them. That's one thing guys don't have today is eye contact. And eye contact alone and a smile can get you more women than 15,000 of the other PUA's fucking stupid audio programs. Muggins, oh, that's a good one. I know it's going to be good. I know. There was one asshole who tried to mug me recently on the way to work. He got close to me. He had a cup full of coffee in my right hand. I put my left hand over the lid of my coffee, and the fuck went running. He wasn't smart. He had a full face of hot coffee. Oh, if he wasn't smart. Beautiful. Anything could be a weapon. Okay, this sounds good. Getting ready. Dear Gary, my girlfriend started a really dumb argument. Yeah, okay. I'm not being funny about this, but when did they ever start a smart argument? She said I was rude to her because I was rude to her on the phone because I hang up on her quickly. She wants me to apologize, but there's nothing wrong. Do you ever apologize to a woman if her feelings are hurt, like in these cases? Well, I have a view on that people are not going to find too popular. In that case, if you apologize, it's a sign of weakness. And I'm not saying you're a weak guy, because I know you. But sometimes, and I do it too, and I'm as guilty as anybody else, mea culpa, of apologizing for things that I did not do or did not intend, just to not have an argument. And that will lead to 10 more arguments. So just say, I'm not apologizing, all right? You know, you don't like it, you don't like it. What can I do about it? You get more respect. You may still hear about it, but you're going to hear about it anyway. So maybe we'll be hearing about it on your side. But apologizing is a sign of weakness because we have an apologetic culture. Men are apologizing now just for being men. And you can see those clips on YouTube. I'm really sorry I'm a guy with this, all this bullshit about a rape culture. You'd think that every guy's running around out there naked with a dick sticking out. It's not happening. It's just propaganda. Okay, this thing just have to slide this, move this. I have a phone appointment after the show, so I will be around tomorrow. Just send me an email and I'll be happy to talk to you tomorrow. How's that? People do consultations and they do very well with them. So, yeah, no, it's a big thing now. This stupidity of this woman walking down the street and guys are catcalling her now has gone viral. First of all, if nobody catcalled her, she'd probably be in much worse shape. And what is wrong with being attracted? The guy goes, wow, he looked great. All of a sudden, they're making flirting into sexual harassment, and soon, who knows what. But if you're alpha, guess what? They don't see the sexual harassment. Every person I know suits for sexual harassment. They always call me up. They all sound like this. If you're alpha, they're afraid to sue you because they're going to want to jump into bed with you. Then you sue them for sexual harassment. Sexual harassment used to be called flirting. Used to be called being charming. We cannot go by their stupid rules. Or we just sit home and jerk off, get a shit job, and be happy that we can play our goddamn PlayStations. That's not life for any man. I don't have a PlayStation nor television. When I was a kid, I had one PlayStation. It was this, okay? Had to be stupid for a second. Nothing wrong with being crazy. Nothing wrong with being idiotic. Just don't apologize for it. Okay. These work. They have changed my life. Hi, Gary. I purchased all of your binaural beats some time ago. Will there be more available? Also, on another note, I was thinking of mixing these binaural beats with your Brain Train Power audios. I have to see how effective it is. Of course, these are not leaving my computer without your permission. Chris, you have my permission to do whatever you like. You're a good man. And the binaural beats work. Sound, everything has a frequency. And every frequency has a counter frequency. Every illness can be healed with sound. And I'd love to do a webinar on this because if I say you can heal something with sound, I'm going to hear from some fucking jerk-off lawyer tomorrow going, you're giving medical advice without a license. Well, how about old people tell me I can't drink soda? They give me medical advice without a license? People tell me smoking is bad. They give me medical advice without a license? But I'm like the target, so I'm going to stay quiet on that. Special webinar coming up on how you can use sound. And I have a lot of healing webinars and healing audios at GaryBrodsky.com. Yeah, I know there's a mixed variety of stuff. It doesn't even, but in life, there's a mixture. You know, it's more than just getting laid. There's got to be more to life than just ejaculation or coming. To be a man, you need all sorts of things. Fighting, mind control skills. Because if you don't control or know mind control, guess what? They're going to control yours. That's why I put this stuff out. If you don't know how they attack, you don't know how to defend. And that is important. I wish it wasn't. I wish the world was normal. It's not. Okay, wrapping up the show pretty soon. This is a tough one here. Tips for raising sons. Give them a video game and you won't hear from them for like 20 years. Just kidding. What advice do you have today for raising boys in today's world? I actually have a lot of advice on that. Make sure they understand this one rule. What I'm going to tell you now is what I talk to my kids. You do not tell anybody else. You start out with small things. I tell them, you know, school is brainwashing, whatever. Do not believe everything you hear. If it doesn't, you know. And then I show them, I let them watch black and white movies. This is how guys used to act. Okay, this is how you're going to act. You're going to learn politeness. You know how to say please and thank you. And all the stuff that people do not teach today. You're not going to be rude. You're going to say sir and ma'am. And excuse me, miss, can I help you with that? Excuse me, sir. May I make them into gentlemen. They can't handle that. That scares the fuck out of people. They don't want kids to be gentlemen. They want to be rude, spoiled brats. Just get them to, hey, help me stack this shit up. Get them to do man stuff. It's legal to buy a kid a BB gun. Get him a BB gun. Have him shoot in the basement. Make sure they're eye protection, not ear protection, just a BB gun. And they'll have cool sunglasses too. Teach him how to be a man with man's toys. Fake guns, fake this, fake. Don't let him bring them to school. Because we know that. You bring a Nerf gun to school, you consider a fucking felon these days. Okay. But that is a very good question. I'm trying to turn this shit off. But expose him to man things. Errol Flynn movies, The Godfather, Terminator. Not these, like, you know, stupid, you know, you got to counteract the other stuff and you got to balance it out. Martial arts, real martial arts school. I'll tell you something, if you have a kid with good posture, you have a good kid. Very simple barometer. Yeah! Okay. All right, wrapping up the show, getting to the last questions now. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes remaining. Still 10 minutes remaining. Now 9, okay. So you have to have the exit music, the Gregorian chants. Good way to feel good. I do it every morning. I listen to some Gregorian chants before I do anything else. Sometimes I listen to some crazy music and my day is crazy. I may have a question. You should make a new dick act that would require all men to stop, to be alpha at all times with a deep, powerful voice, so required to have 30 women at a time. And buy all your products. Thanks, Jason. Thank you, Jason, for the plug. It's true. Listen to men's voices today. And tell me, not the female test, but just in your own mind, would a woman be attracted to that? I can mention a couple of voices you can check out on YouTube, but they've already tried to sue me, so fuck that. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lonnie. Thank you so much. All right, on the wrap up, I just got to say, do something not wimpy today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. If you're afraid to approach women, approach more women. And don't text if you can call. And don't text if you're driving either. That's the only law I agree with. Outside, of course, murder being illegal and rape and robbery and that other stuff, is texting when you're driving because people get killed doing that. I mean, what kind of a fucking moron society is this? When people drive in a car, I think I'll write somebody a letter now. I think I'll just start typing here and you have to have like, what are you, a moron? Okay, thank you. Getting some last questions in. Got a few minutes left. I got a phone call. I got a consultation tonight. So, get your last questions in. And I'll check them out here, see if they came in yet. No, you got 8 minutes left. Get in some questions. Get in some questions. Go to GaryBrodsky.com. And if you sign up, you get my favorite ebook, Charm the Pants Off Any Woman. Absolutely free. If you don't have it, you can get it free. No strings attached. Unless bought a puppet, no strings attached. I got fucked on that deal. But that was a long time ago. So yeah, GaryBrodsky.com. And how's your social media? Shut up. I'll talk to myself sometimes. Social media. We used to have lives, sex lives, groups of people hang out with an entourage. Everybody did. Now, we sit there. This is your life. Can't be. Hey, come on, get a question here, or I'm signing the fuck off. What do you think of that? I love you guys. I know a lot of women watching too, because they're going to call me tomorrow, report the voice. I know. And I love hearing it. I love hearing it because it's nonstop. I heard this guy, this. And if you're going to text girls, remember one thing. If you don't text right, again, the texting game at GaryBrodsky.com, they are going to show that text to everybody they know, way past your death, their grandchildren. Let me show. Look at what this moron texted. It's for life. A phone call. They don't take those yet. I'm sure somebody is, but. How did Bruce Lee die? Was he killed? Well, I say yes. And I'll tell you why. He was in the best shape I think a person could be in. And his brain swelled up 3 times the size of a normal brain. And then his son died. And I know from a lot of people I know in the Kung Fu community, I mean, I'm talking about from China, the real Kung Fu community, they say he was killed. Not for teaching martial arts, for reasons that they have not explained to me. But something with the Shaolin Temple or whatever. But killing celebrities is part of a big conspiracy. And I'm going to do a webinar on that. It is so frightening. That is the most frightening group out there. You've never heard of them, but you've seen their work. In no other business but acting and music do people die like that. And there's a reason. And yes, most of them, if any of them have died of natural causes, it was a mistake. There's a lot more money to be made off the dead than the living. And there's a group that goes around making sure that they're either dead or you're screwed up or on drugs. And that's just not really akin to the business. It's akin to their work. In a lot of ways, they control your life too, and I think that they should be mentioned. Okay, one last question, and then I'm out of here. I'm even get my queuing up my music. And just when she... Okay, last cigarette. I just read this. A guy's getting an electric chair and requested a cigarette before he died. They told him I can't give it to him because it's bad for him. This is actually true. This is society. This is brainwashed. Automatons. The biggest killer in the world that you're ever going to meet is not a tattooed guy, not a bike club member, and not a mob guy. It's a bureaucrat. Read history. Okay, the board is now officially closed. Everybody go to GaryBrodsky.com. Great new stuff out there. Phenomenal. And on that note, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And a good night, all. Bless you all. May all goodness, joy, prosperity, everything be upon all of you. Thank you for watching. Good night. GaryBrodsky.com. Thank you. Good night.